Okay, I have started the recording. Good morning. So, so is anyone having any any idea or knowledge about SAP? So, can anyone tell me about SAP? Hello. So, I'm calling the names like
It's a it's
tell
a
me.
ERP system. It's a
Okay.
ERP system which is installed by your mostly bigger organization use because SAP gives us a most probably every department own master data storage type. So if HR person is looking for a data in a financial domain, so he can go through it and check
Oh,
it. Is it
okay.
it's like a connected to each department and it
Okay. So, okay. Good, good. So, I'm telling you about SAP. Suppose SAP is like SAP having more than 200 modules. So, each module works on each separate data or separate client business. Okay. Now I will start. Suppose you have a company. Like, suppose we are having a Hyundai company. Okay. So for Hyundai company, so how the workflow or anything like chain will start is like, suppose Hyundai like dealer is there. So one company will ask that we want 50 cars. Okay. So then okay, then the dealer checks that he has only 10 cars. Okay, what will he do? He actually send a mail to the company that we have an order for 50 cars, but we have only 10 cars are there. We need 40 more cars. Okay. So then the plant, he will send a mail to plant, the company, then company sends a mail to plant. So to produce like or manufacture remaining 40 cars. Okay. So, so remaining for this is okay, this will take our like an SAP SD. Okay. Sales and everything will be considered as a SAP SD. So SAP SD module works on the sales and order to cash. So now if you go to plant, then plant the inventory manager checks everything. So to produce it like to manufacture a car, so all the material are there or not, then work warehouse management people like where SAP warehouse management is there. So that warehouse management people will check all the materials in the plant. Okay. So the okay. So warehouse manager will go and check what all the materials are there to manufacture a car. So that is SAP WM, warehouse management or SAP EWM. Okay. So now what will happen? So the plant maintenance, SAP EPM, maintenance also checks everything, all the materials are fine or not. Like that, there is a production plan. So production planning SAP is this is nothing but SAP. These are SAP modules. So what production planning will do? They will plan the manufacturing of the cars. At what time we have to where how many so when we have to manufacture, where we have to manufacture. So the material, how to accommodate material like this SAP PP. Okay. So SAP PP will okay. Then what SAP MM will do? SAP suppose some spare parts are not there. Then what will do? SAP MM will material management. SAP MM will raise a purchase order. Okay. So to procure
Purchase
the
orders
material.
and creating orders, right?
Yes, what? Come again?
Purchase orders and creating the orders and plans and everything in
Yes.
ML.
Actually, purchase order PO. Here PO is purchase
Yeah,
order.
POS.
Yes. They will check like I will tell you. Okay. So purchase order. Purchase order. Okay. So this purchase order, they have to like purchase remaining materials. Okay. So PP, there is a production order. Same PO in production in PP is production order. So production order. Production order means to, it is like it is a license to produce the, manufacture the car. Okay. Likewise, we have a FI. Okay. So finance, and so if you raise a purchase order, we need a GL account, cost center, profit center. So to payments, accounts payable and account receivable. So we will use SAP FI for payments. Okay. So this is the cycle. Okay. This is the SAP cycle. Okay. Starting is SD. Okay. So I will tell you. So now for SD, suppose if you have SD, there are customers. Suppose that company have Hyundai. Hyundai or any company. Company name is H. If you put H. So this company having some customers. Okay. Customers. And this company have some vendors. Vendors is nothing but suppliers. Okay. So suppliers. So okay, these customers and vendors are required for SAP SD, like SAP MM also. These are required for SAP MM and SD. Okay. Like GL accounts for payments, everything GL accounts required for SAP FI. These are required for SAP FI. Okay. Likewise, production or plant maintenance, there is some equipments. SAP PP, okay, equipments, assets or something, equipments, okay. So, so all the modules, these are the master data. Okay. So for material, like, material for SAP MM also material is required. Okay. Material is for SAP MM, SD, FI. So this is the master data. So these mostly in every company, any manufacturer company or any ERP company, these are the master data. Okay. They have to maintain these master data. Okay. Now SAP MDG comes with a new idea like, so doesn't matter. Any master data you can create in MDG. So SAP is top of everything. MDG. SAP MDG is top of everything. MDG will create the master data. These master data MDG will create and MDG will replicate to all the systems. Suppose you have 100 SAP systems, like you have, suppose we have a Tata. We have Tata company like Chroma, Tata Steel and Tata Motors. So many companies are there. So that company code, Tata is a company. Tata is a company. Okay? So these are company codes like Tata Steel, Tata Motors, like Tata Motors, Chroma, like, so these are Tata products. These are company codes under this one. So suppose they have to create a master data or material, anything. They can create in company code level. They will replicate to all the systems. Suppose this Tata still have 100 SAP systems. It will replicate from MDG. It will create in MDG and it will replicate to all the systems. Okay. So not only SAP. So MDG will replicate data to SAP or Oracle or any like uh, other ERP system, Microsoft Dynamics. Okay. We have Microsoft Dynamics is also ERP system like Ariba. So many are Jagger. So This is the hub model, like top of the box. MDG is the top of the box. Like it will create the data in MDG. It will send to any system. That is why MDG is a hot skill. Okay. So for all the modules, master data is required. So that master data will be created by MDG. So now you have understand the concept. Tell me yes or no. Hi, hello. So this is MDG master data required to all the all the material, anything you can create in MDG and you can replicate to all the systems. So that is why. So actually, okay. So we have, I will tell you the concept. What is MDG concept? MDG have a new feature like web info, that is NWBC. One more. Okay. Why MDG is okay? NWBC. NWBC. Okay. Suppose a company COE is there. A company COE is there. So he wants a GL account to be created. Okay. He wants some GL account to be created and it should be monitored by this COE. Suppose previously before MDG, so people will create a material in MM01. People will create a material in MM01. Customer, they will create in a T code. In SAP, these are the T codes. T codes. They create this is material. How to create a material in SAP. So this is the material. They can create in this T code. Directly they will go to this T code and create it. Like in XK01, they create supplier. Okay. So like FS00, they created FS00, they create GL account. Okay. For these transactions, they require some approvals that will done by security. SAP security. What SAP security will do, they will provide authorization to create or change or activate. So all the authorizations are managed by SAP security. Okay. So now a COA is, so COA cannot come into the system and create a GL account. So that is why COA is only, so sorry, not COA. We are working on a COE. So that's why I spell it as a COE. So actually we are working as Center of Excellence for MDG. So that's why I spell it as a like COE. So COE will only monitor. So COE, CEO come to system and cannot create a GL account. So what then security people, there are lower level requester will be there. So okay, instead of CEO, a requester will create a GL. Okay, then GL get CEO get a mail that so your GL account is created and required for your approval. Okay, then CEO log into the system. Automatically, there is a link will be provided through the mail. Then CEO will click on that link. It will directly go to MDG and he will get an approve button. So he will validate all the data. Just he click on approve. Once he click on approve, the data is final check approved. Check approved and replicated. Once final check approved, it will replicate it to all the systems, all the SAP systems. Okay. If we have integration with Workday, or if you have an integration with MS Dynamics. Okay. So how many systems are integrated? Then this GL account data will flow to that all the systems. Okay. So this is why SAP is MDG is important. So now coming to the PPT. So we have like SAP Master Data Governance. So these are the SAP data models. Suppose so standard MDG is handling only three data models. One is MDG-F, OG. This is 0G. This is nothing but MDG-F. Second one is MDG-BP. BP is nothing but business partner. So under business partner, we are having suppliers and customers. Okay. So this is a single module. MDG BP. MDG is BP having supplier and customer. This is SAP MDG M. MDG M is nothing but a material. So now if you go down, okay, overview of data, you cannot understand this one. Okay, here you can check. So this is SAP MDG. So first thing is they will submit a change request. Okay. So if you go here, I will tell you. So the new material, suppose new material wants to be created. Material. Okay. If a new material wants to be created, we have already set up a workflow. Like first thing is manager approvals. If a new material wants to be created, then how many approvers will be there? That is depends upon client. Suppose manager, senior manager. Next, director, then MD. Okay. So these number of level approvers will be given by client. Okay. So what we have to do, we have a set up a workflow regarding this one. SAP MDG consultant will set up a workflow. So what first thing is requester. Okay. Requester create a material in SAP MDG. So once requester click on submit, it will flow to manager. Manager will get an email notification. Email notification that there is some material is created and waiting for your approval. The body of the email is one material is created. We suppose 101010. Suppose the material number will be created based on our number ranges. We have to set up some number ranges. If you want to create a number material, so the type of materials I will tell you. Finished goods. So trading goods. Suppose raw material. Suppose in pharma companies, they will use mostly powder. So what the material type is raw material. ROH. Material type is ROH. So in some like in Hyundai dealer, they will use a car like it is a finished. Okay. like that some trading goods are there. Okay. So if anyone wants to create a material, then we will provide number ranges. So if they want to create a raw material, the number range is 1000 to 2000. Okay. If the number range, suppose if they want to create a finished good, the number range is 10,000 to 20,000. Okay. These are material types. These material, suppose if they want to create a trading goods, then the material, it will take a number range 20,000 to 30,000. So whenever you want to create a material, you have to provide a material type. So if you provide a material type, it will, if it is ROH, it will pick a number, next number between these value. Okay. It will take 1001 or 1002. If the 1001 is already consumed, it will take 1002. 1000. Okay. If it is 1001 is already consumed, it will take 1002. Likewise, number ranges will generate. Okay. So if they mention material type as finished good, so it will take a, as per our configuration, it will take a number from these range. System automatically pick a number range. Likewise, if we want to create a supplier, we have account groups. Okay. Likewise, we have like there are some the internal customer, external customer. Okay. Or one-time customer, like one supplier. Supplier is one-time internal supplier, external supplier, one-time supplier. Likewise, we will provide a internal if you provide IN. External, you can provide EN. One time you can OL. So whenever you want to create a supplier, so already you have to provide number ranges in some other configuration. Okay. So you have provide number ranges like this is like 1000 to 2000. Same. Same, you can apply the same formula here. Okay. So the internet, whenever you provide account group IN, it will take a number range from this. Like GL account also. GL account also, it will take number range, whatever number range we have provided. Okay. So likewise, now coming to this. So a material number is created with description. So a requester wants to submit a create a material. He created in NWBC and material number 1001 is created. 10001 is created and waiting for your approval. Email notification. Once he approves, it will go to senior manager. Okay. So likewise, it will go to director. It will go to like. So once the final check approved, so all will approve. Last approval, once the last approval approves, it will go as a final check approved. Once the final check is approved, it will replicate to all the systems. Okay. Once final approver approves, it will replicate the all the SAP systems. Then if you go to, there is a table for Mara table. If you in MDG, if you go to SE16N in MDG, go to Mara table. Mara table, Mara table. Then you have enter this material. Material will be created. Likewise, if you want to create a supplier, same process you have to maintain. Okay. In SAP MDG, you have created data like this. Suppose if you want to create this one. So LFA1 is nothing but LFA1 is nothing but supplier master data table. So all the supplier master data will be available in this table. Okay. Suppose if you want to, suppose if a ROH material, one more scenario, suppose external customer. No, no. So I have removed. Suppose if ROH material is created, it will skip the manager. Suppose the client wants a workflow that if a raw material is created, then it has to skip the senior manager, directly go to director. Then we have like configure the workflow like that. If the material type is ROH, it will go to manager. Once the manager approves, it will skip senior manager. It will go to director. So this how like the workflow we can design any workflow. Okay. Suppose like that. So that is why MDG is important. Okay. Any doubts in this? Hello.
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay, chart of account. Like check this. This is a creation of GL account. Account is done. So they are creating a GL account in company code. Like okay. So this is the NWBC screen. You have to create a GL account like this. Then it will go to approval. So company codes, create change request, everything. It will go to okay. This is screen is very small. Yeah. Okay. So if you check this one. So GL account is created, waiting for approval. Changes to be executed. Okay, final check approved. Once the final check approved, so the GL account is created. Here check. Wow. Okay. This is the NW screen. So once the requester creating at the time of creating, it is the status to be changes to be executed. Once he submits, it will go for a approval. Once the approver approves and if refreshes, it will go to backend system like SAP system, any other system. So this is a GL account they are creating. Likewise, if we have like material also. Okay, this is the scenario. How to create a supplier. Okay, this is internal supplier. They are taking as a internal supplier like account group is FN00 here. So here they are creating a supplier. Where is this one extending like? Hmm. Okay. Now you are able to check this one. So reconciliation account. MDGS supply, create a supplier. Okay. So in MDG, I already told that business partner. So supplier and customer will be under business partner. So if we want to search for any supplier, we have to create a supplier under business partner only. Again, sizes. Okay. If you go here, so description, they are creating a new supplier. Okay. Changes to be executed. Once if you go down, number ranges, check this one. Number ranges, they are internal number ranges assigned. So if the internal number ranges assigned, it will create the number ranges that we have defined. So it will create a number ranges what we have defined. Okay. If it is external number ranges, okay. External number ranges means we can give any number, whatever number we want, that we can give if it is an external number ranges. If the internal number ranges is system will create a number range automatically. Depends upon our configuration. What are the number ranges we have given to the system. Okay, now go down. Okay. So they have created role, BP role. So BP, we are having roles like how supplier having document types, we have BP role. Like check this one customer, like so BP previously MDG created a customer without BP. Okay, in S4 HANA, so the new concept BP, they introduce a business partner. Why business partner means like some companies in like not in suppose this supplier they are having some address. Suppose some countries like suppose some countries will hate Israel. Okay, so they will check the address of that one. They will block some companies customers. Suppose if US blocks Iran, so the address they will check the address of the like address of the BP business partner. If that is from Iran, they will block that one. So that is why BP is required. BP is having all the validation of a supplier or customer address. Okay. Okay, now, so they are creating ERP vendors. Okay, from tomorrow I will real time scenarios. I will explain in the system how to log into a NWBC everything. So company code everything they query reconciliation ERP vendor company code everything they are giving. Okay, purchasing all the fields they have filled up all the fields and they have created this one tax numbers everything. Now it is changes to be supplier processing. This is workflow approval processing. So once they have submitted the change request, then suppose next level is manager. Manager will log into NWBC. Either they will get an email notification. In the email notification, link will be there. Either they can click that link, it will directly go to the change request, or they can go to my change request in NWBC change request. So my change request to be approved by me. They will go to be approved by me. Okay. They are opening this one like this. They will open. They will validate. Okay. General data. They will validate general data. All the data they will validate. This is created by me like that. They will have to be approved by me also there. So they will check everything and they will approve. Once they approve, it will go to the system. Okay, business partner, everything. Vendor address data. Now it is, so this is XK. So in SAP, if you want to create anything, then the T code is XK01, MM01. 01 is nothing but create. 02 is nothing but change. 03 is nothing but display. Okay. 05 is block. 06 is marked for delete. 01, like how MM01, create a material. XK01, create a supplier. Likewise, you have to understand, okay, XK01 is create a supplier. Okay, what will XK02? XK02 is change a supplier. Okay, what will be XK03? Display. This is display. This is change. 05 is block. Not only for supplier, for any master data. One is create, two is change, three is display in SAP. Okay. So this is, if you have any doubts, tell me. So MDG is created by UST Global. Then SAP acquired that now. Okay. So SAP acquired MDG, and MDG is on top of everything. MDG is on top of everything. So why MDG is demand skill now? It will create a data and it will send data to any system, any software, not only SAP, any software. That is why. So for any company, master data is important. So master data is important. They will create this one. They will send the data through DRFIMG, data replication framework. There is a DRFIMG, data replication framework. So data replication framework will send the data through web services. Web service is nothing but SOA manager or iDocs. Or we can use SOA manager or iDocs to send the data from SAP to MDG to other systems. SAP, Ariba, SAP, Ariba, MS Dynamics, Oracle. Okay. So now as one MDG, like recently MDG introduced in like it is around 10 to 15 years. Then it became a hot skill. Now every company wants to shift it to MDG. Okay. The data, creating data is simple in MDG, and the level of approvers. So previously, if they want to create any material or anything, they want some authorization. So they want to suppose a CO, anything, any manager wants to create a vendor. They require authorization to execute this T code. So for all the T codes, what security guy will do? The security, SAP security guy will do. They will provide authorization to execute this T code. XK01, XK02, this is supply, XK02, XK03. Okay, XK. For your ID, my SAP ID is 1163. Okay. So then my SAP ID, my username, SAP username. So what security guy will provide? He will provide the access, XK01 access, XK02 access, XK03 access. Then only I have to that I can create a material supplier. Okay. So if they remove this one, I cannot create a material. I can only change the material. XK02 is change. If they remove XK02 also, I will get, if they remove that one and they have provided only XK03, then I can only, the supplier only display. Okay. Only view access is there. Then I cannot create material. I cannot change material like supplier. I cannot create. Likewise, we have MM01, MM02, MM03. All the authorization will be given by security people. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Suppose in MDG, why they cannot give, so simply every time they cannot go to a single ID, they cannot, okay, 1163 1164. Okay, good. Okay, so every time they cannot go to everyone and providing, so they execute this number, then they providing authorization. So that is why they create a role. They create a role that there is a role triple X. So this role is having all the authorizations of MM01, MM02, MM03, like XK01, XK01, XK02, XK03. They will create a role and just simple, they will provide this role to all the users. Okay. So who are having this role, double X role, they can create, they can execute these transactions. Okay. So that is like they can create a role and this role to be given to these managers. Okay. So that role to be given to, then only they can create, approve or change anything. You got, okay. So they will create a role for approver, then that role to be assigned to this senior manager. Some roles they will create to manage director, MD. So now you got the point how SAP works. Okay. Okay. Any doubts? Hello.
No, dude.
Okay. So tomorrow we will open the SAP system and we will do some practicals. Okay. Hello. How to create a
Okay.
material? How to
I
create a
have a
material?
question.
Tell me.
What are the topics like you will cover? So now, actually, I'm working in SAP MDG with the final part approval. Okay, so why I joined here means actually I don't know about customer and vendor. So that's the reason I joined here. So are you going to teach both
Yes.
customer and vendor also with the
Customer,
real
vendor.
time?
Okay. In your work in MDG project?
Yeah, I'm working in MDG project with a final first and final part approach.
Okay. Okay. I'm telling the what are the sub modules in MDG. Okay. Sub modules are data model. One is data model. In data model, all the master data and their relations are there. Then we have UI data model. Then we have process modeling. Then we have quality and search, mass load. Okay. So this uh, data model, what it will do? Suppose if a company wants, SAP gives some standard fields for customer or material, anything. If the company wants some other fields to be added, then we have to add in data model, this data model. We have to add that field in this data model and in UI model also. Okay, I'm telling not, I will come back to you. Okay, I'm execute like suppose if we are having BP. Okay, BP is nothing but business partner. Okay, so business partner is having, so if you want to create any customer or supplier, you can create under BP only. Supplier or customer, you can create under BP only. So we have a roles like FLV, FLV, FLEV 0001. Okay. So what is the difference between in BP? Suppose if you select, okay, these are supplier and customer. Supplier customer. So if you select this role, okay, you can create supplier master data. And for the supplier, we are having company code data, purchasing organization data, okay, and company code data. Remove this one. Okay. If you remove this one. So supplier, we are having purchase organization data, PR. Okay. If you select this role in BP, whenever we are creating BP, so this will be populated. If we select this role for customer, creating customer, sales organization will be sales or SR. So we have to provide for supplier, we have to provide purchase organization data. For customer, we have to provide sales organization data. Okay. Then company code, everything. Company, supplier company data, customer company data. So these are the data we have to create for supplier. Okay, tell me your doubt now. Hello.
No, no, doubts, no. Actually, I want to learn customer and vendor end to end. So that's what I'm asking.
Okay, I will tell you. So there is a CVA integration. Okay, there is customer vendor integration. So in that customer vendor integration, so separate, I will open separate tab. So BP, we are having a BP, some roles are BP account groups. Okay, BP account groups. BP account group is BP01. Suppose example, BP account group is BP001. Customer account group is account group is, for example, I'm taking this names CU001. Okay, and supplier account group is SU001. Okay, in BUCG and BUCB transaction, if you go to MDG, if you go to BUCG and BUCB transaction, there is an integration between this BP001 is assigned to this customer and this BP001 is linked with supplier. Okay. So likewise, for this account group, we have to create a number ranges 1000 to 2000. For this one, we have to create a number range 10,000 to 20,000. Okay. So likewise, whenever you create a VP and selected the role, then system picks these values, this number ranges. Whenever you create a supplier and system picks these values. Okay. Give me 1 minute, I'm coming back. Okay. Okay. There is a document, PP vendor integration configuration. And this one. Okay. You go here. Hmm. This is BP supplier configuration. So how they have assigned everything. So they have created. So you have to create, assign everything. So the configuration is first you have created BP role, everything. This is configuration. BP CVA integration is nothing but customer vendor integration. This document tells about number ranges, everything. So, okay. First you have to activate BP in SPRO. Okay. Now you have, okay, synchronization, everything. So what you have assigned BP to customer, BP to vendor, customer to BP. This is nothing but a CVA integration. Suppose a BP is already created in MDG, but it is not, there is no vendor in that BP or there is no customer. We have a transaction code. If the BP is already there, we can generate vendor automatically for that BP. Likewise, customer for that automatically. Okay. So likewise, vendor also. Okay. So this is customer FLCU one. This is customer role. You have assigned it to BP. Okay. Likewise. So these are the vendor account rules, role assignment, everything. These are the vendor number of types, vendor account group. So these are business partner types. Okay. So here you have to provide the internal number ranges. This is business partner number ranges you have to provide. Okay, first you have to provide business partner number ranges. Likewise, you have to provide number ranges for customer also. This is business partner, we will go for customer. Okay. Check. This is grouping, BP grouping. Okay. This is a account type, and this account type vendors and external number ranges or internal number ranges. Okay, this configuration I will tell you in the Excel. Okay, likewise, this is same only. This is supplier FLCU. Okay, supplier role for BP is FLCU 001. 01 FLV for vendor FLV 01. 001. Mm. So for this VP, we have some CR types, change request. So what is CR type is, suppose if you want to create a BP, okay, if you want to create BP, under BP, we will create a supplier. So there is no change request for supplier, BP, the creator is supplier. Okay, okay, this is supplier. So we have a change request for, what is the change request? Standard change request is SUPPL1. Okay, this is create supplier. For changed supplier, SUPPL2. Okay. For internal or external suppliers, SUPI1. So likewise, if you want to create or change, there is a change request is there in MDG. CR, change request type, CR type, this is one. If you select this change request type, then you are creating a supplier. If you select this change request type, you are changing a supplier. Okay, this is given by standard SAP. Then we have to put Z under it, and we have to copy this one, and we can create new one. Okay. So likewise, suppose if you want to create a supplier, you can create the change request. For this change request, we have already assigned these roles. If you want to create a supplier, so if you select this change request, so in this change, for these change request, these are the managers. These are the approvers. If you want to create a supplier, then there is a BRF plus tables. Okay. So in that BRF plus tables, we have to manage everything, every workflow. Okay. How we manage in BRF, there is some tables like we have single value table, and user agent table, non-user agent table. Okay. So this is not a real, I'm explaining you, this is a real-time scenario. So how the process flows, how the workflow will flows, okay, flow in single value table. First, what is previous step? Previous step, previous action. Next step, condition alias. Condition alias, it is important. Okay. So now action, next action. Next approval. Ever the given action. Okay. Next approve. So here, so we will provide requester. Okay. Requester will, okay. Previous action is submit. Okay. Submit. Okay. Condition alias 1. Okay. And then next approver is manager. 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 Okay. So likewise, okay. We will go on. Likewise, so once the manager approves, then previous step is manager, and this is senior manager, SM. Now next it is coming to SM will become previous action, and here it will go to director, D. Now previous action is D. This one is MD. Okay. So here manager approve. previous action is manager approve, approve, approve. So likewise, we have to create a workflow. Approve, approve. What if they reject? Okay. So manager checks the supplier data and it is not good. Manager will reject. If the manager will reject, we have to add one more step. If the manager previous action is manager, if the manager reject this one, reject, then it will go to again request. He will correct the data and again send to mail, and again the workflow will same. Again the workflow will same. Again it requester. Again the step is requester resubmit. Now it will come as resubmit. Resubmit. Again it will come to manager. Same process follows. The manager approve, again SM. Okay. So what this condition alias will do? 1, 2, any like 1, 2, 3, any name, any numbers you can give. Numbers or any like alphabets, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now in user agent table, you can create one role. So there is a role, senior manager having some role. Okay. If the senior manager having different role, so we will have a manager role. So and this condition alias is 2. If he wants to approve, this condition alias is 2. Then that role we have to assign here. Role. If suppose if in a company there are 10 managers, manager level is 10 managers are there. So if you provide this role to that manager, so how many managers are there? Then anyone can approve. Okay. Likewise, this condition alias is for this is senior manager. Condition alias is 6. We have to link this condition alias and role. This is senior SM role. This is M role, manager role, M role, and this is SM role, senior manager role. Then senior manager role, we have to assign this 6 here and SM here. Okay. For non-user, okay, likewise for D, it is D, then 7, then MD role. Okay, SM role, D role. Likewise, the workflow will go. Okay, D role. Okay, so we have one more table, non-user agent table. Non-user agent table is nothing but system will send a mail. Suppose if you want to insert, once the submit manager, if you want to insert something, insert, insert something. Okay. So mail, action is mail sending. Manager. Approve. Approve. Conditional is suppose 10. Sending mail. Okay. So then it is mail sending. Then this will come here. Okay. This mail sending activation, everything will be done by non-user agent table. System, non-user agent table is nothing but a system things. Okay. We have to create a workflow like this. in MDG. Understand or not? Suppose if a company is having 10 approvers, then this table, single user agent table, have all the 10 approvers. Okay. Once the last approver approves, the data will flow to the all the systems in RFC connection in DRF IMG. How many systems? Suppose if we maintain 100 systems, system A, B, C, A, system B, how many systems we have maintained, data will flow to all the systems. Okay. Any doubts?
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, this is nothing but MDG. This is why MDG is a hard skill. So now the data is, now we are getting like data is very important. Suppose you are having, suppose you are all of you having bank accounts, na? Suppose there is a GL account. Okay, if you want to create a GL account, so no everyone cannot create a GL account, na? Suppose you are working in a project, not only GL account, you are working in a project, you are creating a supplier. Okay, for the for that supplier, a GL account needs to be assigned for payments. Okay, the supplier delivered the material and you wanted to do the payment. Okay, so you wanted to do the payment, then so in some cases it is happened. So in the like SAP consultant or some other user, they have assigned their GL account. Okay, they have assigned their GL account and payment going to that person. Okay, instead of company GL account, they have maintained their GL account. Okay, every time some money is going to their GL account. It is happened in so many companies. So that is why data is important. So first thing is how his GL account created in the system. First, he assigned the GL account. How this GL account is created in the system? Who approved this one? I think you got the point. The company is having huge number of data. So they cannot monitor single payment. So that is why these many things will happen. So instead of reducing these type of errors, there is master data is important. First, he has assigned his bank account, but how this is created in the system without any approvals. Okay, likewise, these payment failures, payment frauds happening in all the companies. That is why master data is important. That is why these without these many approvals, a GL account or a supplier will not be created. So that is why MDG is important. For large companies, they will prefer MDG only, SAP and MDG. Now you understand or not? Hello, if you have any doubts, please ask. If no doubts, we can close the call and we will.
Hello.
Hello. Tell me.
Hello.
Hello. If there no doubts, we can close the call. Okay. Okay. Then I'm closing the call. Hello. Okay.